What's up, guys and girls? So in this video I want to get React router set up, get a couple pages made, and get a protected route component set up as well. So let's go ahead and go to our terminal, the npm I blinked for a minute, sorry, React router down. I'll give this a minute to install. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. If it does, I'll clip the video. Okay, so that didn't take too long. Let's go ahead and npm, actually let's wait, let's go back into our project and we want to set up our router. So let's go into the index.js file and we are going to bring in import browser router as router from React router down. And then we're going to take our app and we're going to wrap it in our router. Okay. Close the index.js file. Now we're going to come into our app file here and we are going to import route from React router down. And we're going to set up a couple of routes. So now we have it brought in. Let's go ahead and go to our source directory. Let's create a new folder and call it pages. And here I want to create a homepage.js. Okay. And then we'll also, well, let's fill this in first. We'll say RAFCE tab. That'll give us our little boilerplate. Put an H1 here and say homepage, save. Now I'm going to copy it. I'm going to create another file in pages. We're going to call it dashboard page.js. Paste that in and then just grab these three things and say dashboard page. Okay, in VS Code, if you don't know, you can highlight one thing here, and if you hit Control D or Command D, I believe it is, for a Mac, it'll highlight every instance of it in the file. Now, let's go back to our app.js file, and we're going to take this stuff out of here, and we're going to wrap this, so we can wrap it all in one element instead of using a fragment. We're also going to bring in switch from React router down. And we're going to wrap everything in a switch. And we're going to create a route here. And the route is going to be exact. And the path is going to be slash. And the component that we're going to use is going to be homepage. And then I will copy that down one line. And let's say slash dashboard will be the dashboard page. Okay. Now we have to import those. So dashboard page, it comes from dashboard page, and then we will do home page comes from /pages/homepage. And I, as a preference, like to import that CSS file down at the bottom there. Let's go to our browser. Let's refresh. Suppose it would help if we did npm start first. Okay, homepage says homepage, dashboard is dashboard. We don't need the init file open or the app CSS file open. We have our switch and our route set up. This does not need to be an exact path, just slash dashboard. And slash brings us to homepage. Slash dashboard brings us to dashboard. Okay. Let's go ahead and create our protected route now. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, so let's go into our source folder. We'll create a new folder called components. In the components folder, we want to create a folder. Apologies. Well, no, we'll create a file and we'll call it protected route.js. Okay, in here we're going to we'll do RAFCE, and then we are going to also import routes and redirect from React router down. Okay. Now this is going to take a couple of props, which are going to be, find the right key here, sorry. We're going to take component, and we're going to as component, so we can have a capital C there. And then we're going to take in the rest of the props. And what we're going to return is a route, but we're going to, in this route, first spread our props, and then we're going to say render, and use the render prop, and do route props is what we'll call this, and we want to return, and say, basically in our app.js we have this user that we're setting that will pass into this component here, right, this dashboard. So let's go to the dashboard page, or I'm sorry, let's go back to our protected route, and we're going to say that we need to pass into this route as a prop our user. So let's go to the protected route, let's call it is, or let's say user, let's just call it user, that's what we're going to pass, let's just make things easy, okay? Now in our render props return statement, what we want to say is, let's go down, go in between here, and we want to return, we're going to say if user exists, so if double bang user, then we want to return the component with the route props, else we want to return a redirect, and the redirect has the prop that's going to be 2, and it's going to go to /. Okay, and that's how our protected route works. So if the user doesn't exist, it should direct us back to our home page. So let's go to our app here. Let's refresh. It didn't work. Let's go here first. Because we didn't bring protected route in yet. That's my bad. So let's go here and say import protected route from / components / protected route, and then the one that says / dashboard here, we're going to go protected route. Now let's go back here to our browser and say / dashboard, and you see because there is no user, we're getting directed back to home page. Okay, so what I plan to do for the next video is to set up a user context, so that way we can just pass the user variable around, and then we'll be able to just grab that from all our files like the protected route and be able to view it whenever we log in. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.